position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Glad to have you with us from the original Cotton Bowl located on the fairgrounds in the heart of Dallas, Texas. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Oklahoma Sooners. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Back to throw, it's Mateer. The short hands, it's Thomas. Big play, takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. Guys, Oklahoma's transition to the SEC in 2024 taught them a lesson that you might be able to get by at times without offensive consistency, but you won't thrive. So what kind of pressure, David, is the new guy under center under?
A lot of pressure, but obviously the experience.
It's a running room. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Rides the back on the option. The give. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The Sooners come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Turning it on! They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
And the Sooners are moving quickly down the field. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Tatum. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, that ball's not going anywhere. You just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Little touch pass to the receiver. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Sooners are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Now adjusting. Trying to escape and get it himself. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. of chapters in this rivalry. They've been in different conferences. They've been in the same conference. And now they're going to the SEC to elevate this feud.
And I feel like it just takes rivalry games in the SEC to a whole new level, right? When you think about Texas and Oklahoma, you think about past Heisman Trophy winners and national championships. And now, David, you're adding that to Florida, Georgia, Alabama, LSU. It's just an entirely different level now.
And it's just fun to watch rivalries in college football. We've lost a lot of them with expansion. This one we get to keep. I love that they're both going to the SEC. They're going to play each other a bunch. We're going to still have this Red River rivalry that gets so many people excited. It's an unbelievable event. We've been there for game day a bunch. It is absolutely crazy.
On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
And they may have caught the defense snapping there a little bit, David, maybe expecting pass on that 3rd down, but because of the back's effort now, fresh set of down.
And it's so nice to have a guy that you can give the football on these 3rd down situations and feel confident you're going to continue to move the sticks.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, as he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
There's the pressure. Catch in the middle, it's Wingo. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down mark.
One of the things I love about this defense, they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Pulls it in, the 1st down and more. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds at the 34. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a 4th down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. 4th down, you gotta have it. You gotta be on the same page, and they were there.
Looking to throw, it's Manning. Buys a little extra time. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, 1st quarter, they've now already given up 1.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Going to try to get it himself. On the move at the 30. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
That is a crazy sequence of events, because if you're the defense, you're feeling yourself after getting that sack on 1st down. Now you've got them in 2nd in California, thinking you're going to do it again, and you let him get out the gate. The speed shows up. He somehow is able to make people miss, use the speed, get to the sticks. That kills you as a defense.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and goal, where defensive coordinators have to make a stand. From the gun, wants to pass. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And that is how you get it done. 3rd down, it's the money down, right? We got to be at our best. How about the monster sack on 3rd down?
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And we're even here in the 1st. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback making checks. Now on the move. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Now the play fake. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Looking to pass. It's Mateer. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. Field position to start this drive from their own 33. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Snagged in the middle, it's Moore. He's brought down quickly, minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
The Longhorns can really attack on this second and short. They'll leave it with him. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. Bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Makes the grab. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on fourth down. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Here comes the heat. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game. But finally now, you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Here's a hit. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. A really nice job that time.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Quickly complete. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
And that's the beauty of this offense and this playmaker at wide receiver. Throw the ball short, but what he does after the catch, he's just got so much speed, so dynamic with the football, and this is why they get it to him short, because he can take it to the house or make a big play on any reception.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Finds a little space. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. And the Sooners in the hurry-up. Snap from the gun on third down. Looking to the big tight end. Got it in the middle, it's Wheeler. And he makes a completion there. Set up and in business at the 20. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Pulls it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
He'll call for the fair catch here. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
He's got the back in the middle. There he goes. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Guys, the levels of hype and impatience awaiting the arrival of Arch Manning pretty much unsustainable over the last couple of years. Meanwhile, Quinn Ewers was pretty doggone good. But Arch is pretty deserving of all of this attention. He's got it inside the 30. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
That's a nice-looking catch on that play, and I know Texas is known for DBs, and they're known for having really good running backs. Not a lot of great receivers over the years. I'll tell you what, though, this guy has really showed up in this game. He's making plays, and I know they want to continue to build the legacy at this position here in this program.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Manning. Pressure coming. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Snagged out of the air. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You can tell he's throwing over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Caught near the sticks. It's Moore. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle. He's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
Less than a yard to go for a first down, and the offense will remain on the field. The tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
I think the defense was even caught off guard on that one, guys. Not seeing the field goal unit trot out onto the field. They had a golden opportunity there to make a stop and get the ball back without surrendering any points. They couldn't do it, though, and now all of a sudden their backs are against the wall.
And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only 1st down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Scanning the field. It's Manning. Big guy smells it. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Finds his man. It's Ott. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. With the catch, it's Thomas. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To the air, it's Manning. Fires to the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Going over the top. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Got room on the return. And he gets the interception and finally run out of bounds. And that's how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Sooners will kick it off to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, in second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
Off the play fake on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Fires to the tight end. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
Handoff from the gun. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Back to pass, it's Manning. Looking down the middle. A strike downfield. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Handoff to the lone back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the first down.
Beck's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorn! And Bevo's really starting to snarl right now, and he'd love to rub the Sooner Schooner's face right in it, David.
Yeah, they got it cooking. The Longhorns are looking good. In this rivalry here, you got half the crowd in this burnt orange, Jesse, that is going bananas right now.
Boomer Sooners got the weapons, though, guys, on offense. You've got the horses on the outside to turn this thing into a track meet. I know you're down here, but you can change this game. It just takes one play.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Mateer. Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets him down to the 27. Another big play for this Sooner receiver, dare I say, Hollywood-esque.
Hollywood is right, and that's one guy that comes to mind, by the way. But this offense, it just does what it does. No.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Brought down at the 30 on the return, and his defense has set them up in scoring position.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the right. And the big game, and they've got it on the 46.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone. Make them execute and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
And the Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Zings it complete to the right. Oh, he's got some space. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2 possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win.
Touchdown, Texas! And they add 6 more at the moment with that trip to the house. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Off play action on first down. On the move to his left. He's going to let one go back to the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. And that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Longhorns will punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Back to pass, it's Mateer. Oh, they're after him. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
I love fighting for extra yards, and I'm going to encourage every single one of my running backs, receivers, and tight ends to do it. Just not my quarterback. I really got to understand, listen, play's over, get down on the ground, don't take too many of those big shots.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Wants to throw on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Sategna. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. The Sooners will hustle to the line.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
And the Sooners are rolling down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after big play up top. The Sooners will try to put one on the board on first and goal. Powers forward. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Gets it out quickly. Touchdown Sooner! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Motion from the back. From the gun, the ground game. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they...
Lots of room to run. Turning on the Jets. Touchdown Longhorns. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Under fire. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Rushes on him. Got his man downfield. All out of space. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Got a man. It's Burks. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The Sooners moving quickly to the line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up. You got to communicate.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats and get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Trying to get behind the defense. Makes a catch down the right side. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one. The tackle is finally made. The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time. Now, it used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
They'll try to get it through the air. It's caught. He's loose. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. The Longhorns heading quickly to the line. To the air on 1st down. Under fire. Tight end finds a soft spot. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. And the offense grateful for that penalty if they can just move it 1 more yard to get it in. Trying to slam in. And they can't punch it in with a 1st down run, and the defense has 1 stop. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Marches ahead. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
They'll try to tack on a little extra to this lead with a touchdown here on 4th and goal. He's looking to pass. They got him! Big stop in the backfield, and what a stand by this defense to keep points off the board.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on 4th down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a double? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. The backups are on the field. They get an opportunity to run your playbook, so let him do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop. And that's what they're doing. That's the mindset. I got to be honest, I like it.
A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Wide open downfield. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
Hey, you know, the defense defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
Pocket breaking down. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? Give the offense credit. You're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the...
And he's thrown another interception. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you can just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His second big game-changing play in this football game.
Caught in the backfield, it's Baxter. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Quickly to the tight end. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
They're working that left side. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, these wide receivers work the middle of the field. So much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle. And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
He'll take the deep shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
And the offense comes up short on third down, but I tell you what, they've still had a good day. There's so many positives to point to. I'll be interested to see if they go for it here on fourth down. They don't.
It's a fake. He's looking to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. It's nice to be a riverboat gambler and all, but man, oh man, when it goes against you, it can be ugly. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. That's caught. It's Thomas. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. Here's the pressure. It's caught downfield. And that is how we will wrap this one up. It was the Longhorns who will ride off into the sunset with the coveted Golden Hat Trophy.